from Qatar with a jump of 2.34. He's the only man to win 4 gold medals in this event. He's got a gold from Tokyo and a silver in London and Rio, now adds a bronze here in Paris. That's right. Mutaz Barshim, and he's wearing the crown. From the United States, setting a personal best jump of 2.36. He was the world indoor, he had a world indoor showdown with this gentleman here, and now he's the silver medalist in the Olympics, Shelby McEwen. That's 36th medal for the U.S. in this event. And then with a new oceanic record of 2.36, the gold medalist from New Zealand, Hamish Kerr. All right, if you have any questions for the high jumpers, please raise your hand. We'll bring the mic over to you. All right, I'll start. Shelby and Hamish, talk about that jump off. It was exciting for the fans in the stadium. I'm sure it was exciting, might not be the word you would use first, probably anxious, but can you talk about what that felt like for you?
Overall, great competition. Let's start with that, man. Great competitors in the field of high jump. The jump off was impressive. I mean, I think that's what we both expected. I feel like it was a little more meaning behind it for Barshim and Tambiri back in 2020. So who doesn't want to defend the gold and represent that country? And so I feel like we both stood on business. He came out on top, and I got the silver, and so congrats to him.
Yeah, I mean, it was an amazing thing to be a part of. You know, being in Tokyo and seeing Barshim and Tambiri share theirs was such a special moment. But I think that, you know, as competitors and as people who want to continue the sport's history and legacy, both me and Shelby decided that it would be cool to see what happens if we actually try to play it out. So that's what we did. And yeah, it was an amazing competition. And I'm pretty happy that it ended when it did because we were getting pretty tired. But at the same time, yeah, it was just such a special moment.
And I'm sure you're really tired now, so we'll move fairly quickly. But Hamish, you've talked a lot about your mental strength and your mental toughness and how you want that to catch up with your technique. I know you switched coaches for this cycle. You made a lot of changes. Can you talk about what this past year has been like for you leading up to this gold?
Yeah, I think, you know, it's been frustrating the last few years. I've known that I was one of the best in the world, but, you know, I would be sitting at home when the final happened, when the big boys came out to play. I couldn't roll with them. So, you know, that was one of the big things this year was you know, when those medal moments are happening and when those really, really tough situations are occurring, how do you get up for that? And that's something that we've really worked really hard as a team. And I've proved myself again and again now this year that I've got it when I need it. I've done a number of pretty decent third attempts, World Indoors, and a couple of Diamond League wins as well with third attempts. So yeah, to come here, I knew that I had the confidence that if I really needed to dig deep, it would come.
Mutaz Barshim, you're the best ever. 4 medals. And you say this is your last Olympic Games.
Yeah.
How satisfied are you with your Olympic career?
Well, first of all, let me say congrats, Hamish, congrats. Shelby was, you know, as they say, it's amazing competition. I'm really happy. I'm really, really happy. You know, it's for me, it used to be a dream, you know, just to be an Olympian. Today I'm standing here as the most decorated high jump Olympian ever. So it's you know, I still, I think I need to take a moment to realize that. And as I said, it's been a journey. You know, I've been here 2012, 16, 20, and now 4 Olympics. You're always in the podium, you know, through everything you go through, ups and downs, injuries, and you're still being able to come here and stand tall, produce, you know, solid jumps. Something that I should be proud of, me and my team and everyone that been supporting me through the journey. We all know, like, high jump, one of these events that, you know, it's a technical event which you use only your body, and it's not easy to stay on top, producing jumps after jumps after jumps. Takes so much from your body, and as I say, it's really something that I should be proud of. And, you know, it's just stretching the league, giving these guys some hard time now. So I'll be looking for you guys in the next Olympics. You know, maybe more weight, watching, you know, in a different place, popcorn or something. But as I said, you know, we all share the love of the sport. We were just talking there, like, we used to watch you, like he said, I watched you at school. And, you know, I'm here through 3 generations. 2011 was my first professional year after winning the World Juniors, and I remember I was the youngster. Everybody look at me like, oh, there's the upcomer, the young guy that's coming. Oh, and then few years later, I'm jumping with my generation. Now I'm jumping with the next generation. It's the longevity of the sport that's something that separate and make the difference between the status, because now I've done everything like a few years back. After Tokyo, that was for me like I've done everything at least twice. At least I won every competition at least twice. So I always have that question in the back of my head: why continue? What's next? What do you want to go? What do you want to achieve? And for me, it was always the legacy. Like I feel like I want to stretch as much as I can, and that when I retire, I will look at whatever I have and be proud of that. And now I wish the same for these guys.
Do you leave them with any advice?
To be honest, the thing that I really cherish the most, what I've collected through my career, it's like, listen to your body and be smart. Because if you manage to stay healthy, you can go far. Because injuries is really the devil of our sports. Struggling with that is not fun, but at the same time, you don't know what is the limit until you push yourself to the maximum. So I would say listen to your body, make smart decisions, and listen to your team. Listen to your team. They prove themselves. These guys, they have a great team behind them. I know that. So listen to your body. That's my advice.
Do you have a question back here?
This is Stephanie Epstein from Sports Illustrated. Mutaz, when you understood that it was going to go, that they were tied, were you rooting for them to go to a jump off, or were you rooting for them to split gold?
No, come on. It would be like, for us, and I tell them, we are sport people. We are, how to say it, we are very greedy, and that's how it's supposed to be. We're all champions. If you are a champion, you need to be the best. Everybody want to be the best. We all greedy, and that's the mentality and that's the spirit you should have. What happened between me and Tamberi, it was a story behind that. Roll down from a surgery room just to look at the professor or the doctor and tell you should be happy if you can walk. Don't even think about jumping again. Spend some time with your family. So I came from a very dark place, and I know he's been having similar issues. And overcoming all these obstacles that literally, for me, like after 2018, for the next at least 2 years, it was really hell. Like if I try to jog, I'm gonna go to the doctor later. So imagine you're at the top of the world at a few seconds, and a few seconds later, like your whole dream or what you love to do the most is cherished, like it's gone, and you're literally being told by everyone, it's not gonna happen. But you still determined, you still put on the work, you still show up, and you still make it happen. And I know he did the same. Imagine the struggle, the mental struggle, the physical struggle. There's so many people. Like for me, I couldn't sleep at night for many, many, many days because I know there's a lot of people that believe in me. I can't let these people down. So coming from that dark place to be able to beat everyone at the Olympic final, plus COVID, that's also another story. And I know he did the same. So when I look and I see everyone done, but the people that been really injured and told, stop, you're not going to do it again. For me, I deserve nothing but gold, and I know he had the same struggle. So it was that core that made us do this decision. And immediately after that decision, I told him, it will never happen again. I don't care if I don't go home with no medals. We are champions. Right. We're going to fight. And they did the right things. They stood up by their grounds. They proved they're both champions, and they took it there. So that's the way it is. It's a sport, You need to be greedy.
Gotta be
Everybody want to be the best.
Max.
So you have 3 Olympics to get me.
And for Shelby, Hamish said that he felt that he would be prouder of a silver in the jump off than a split gold. You're now in that position. Do you feel the same way?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, I feel like it was already written. If it was meant to be, it would have been. So, like I said, shout out to Hamish for, and me coming up to me accepting the jump off, and I accepted it. I was all for it. So, I mean, hey, he got the gold and I got the silver. At the end of the day, like he said, it's a sport. I mean, I'm representing my country just like he representing his. I'm representing my family just like he representing his. At the end of the day, like he said, we all want to be champions. And the respectful thing is to walk away with one champion. So I'm going to take my silver. get back to the drawing boards. Like you said, trust my team, trust my doctors, trust my chiro, trust my training, and get better.
That's right. It's a journey. It's not one competition. It's not one stop. It's one stop today, but you're still on the journey. I arrived to the end, but you guys still there. So okay, it's amazing what you've done now, but what's gonna separate you from the rest of the pack? There's always gonna be a world champion. There's always gonna be an Olympic champion. Where do you wanna be? There is some Olympic champion that we don't even know their names today. You know?
Last question.
Question to Shelby and Hamish. The Barshim told that like you guys watched him when you're high school, college, junior high school, I don't know. He's been really consistent. He's a legend and GOAT. How you think about him, like as a human being and also athlete, and he's a great person. What do you think?
You don't have to be nice. You can say I hate him.
I hate Barshim.
Exactly.
He just keeps jumping and jumping and jumping. No, like you said, I was in high school. I had my phone under my desk. I was watching him rather than studying. And for me, Barshim has always been the greatest high jumper that the world has ever seen. He doesn't hold the world record, but at the same time, the longevity he's had, the number of years that he's had right at the top of the sport is so hard to do. And I think that for that, he's always been such a huge motivator for me. He's always been the high jumper that I think of when I think of great high jumpers. And so, yeah, it's quite surreal to be up here with him and being allowed to have a platform where I can tell him that, because he's an awesome guy. And as I've gotten to know him as well, not only is he an amazing high jumper and an amazing competitor, but he's also an amazing person. So, yeah, real props to Mutaz. You're a legend.
Thank you.
I think when you had that phone under your desk, you were studying, just maybe a different subject.
Yeah, well, it paid off, right?
Yeah. Mutaz Barshim, Shelby McEwen, Hamish Kerr, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Finally, we can.